Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Kevin. I'm a dumb dad.
Hey there. My name's Evan. I'm a dumb dad.
Welcome to
Mailbag episode.
We don't have an audio clip for that.
I think last time, how stupid. Here's my dumb dad moment. I think we were like, we got to get Chris on the horn and get
But this is a fun thing. This will be an ongoing bit for us.
Okay.
Gotta get Chris on the horn.
Gotta get Chris on the horn. Have him do a sound.
Every single time.
Are you an audio engineer out there?
Yeah. What's yours?
Send us a sound.
Send us your resume.
For the
Just send us a sound. Just send us a mailbag
For
sound.
mailbag sound.
Yeah. That's it.
And you know what? I don't know. It might be first come, first serve. So you better get all over this right now.
So, guys, what we're doing today, this is a bonus podcast. This is not replacing a pod. You'll still get your weekly pods, so don't freak out.
They're freaking out.
You'll get updates on what's going on in our lives and all the mistakes we're making next week. But right now, we're focusing on you guys. And
we're focusing on you, dummies.
That you make, that you wrote in. And we appreciate you guys doing it. We've asked you guys to do it, and you guys have really come through, and we're trying to catch up now. We're going to, again, I think we've said we're going to do these every month. And these are just the mailbags that you guys writing in dumb parent moments.
Just those daily occurrences of slipping up, doing something stupid as a parent.
Yes.
And the thing is, we get to talk about it every week. So
Sheepishly.
Yeah,
proudly.
There's a little bit of pride to it, isn't there? Sometimes there's just pride in
really
admitting something.
On what it is.
It's true. Done some stuff I'm not proud of, but
there are some times where we walk in with a dumb dad moment going, guess what I did?
Yeah.
And then sometimes we're like, guess what I did?
Guess what I did? I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud to you while recording it.
So now this is a guess what they did.
But these get to be bangers.
Right?
Because this is like, you think of like, man, what's my favorite one? You send that in.
Yep.
Bangers. So let's get into it.
All right. This first one is from Travis. Travis, thanks for writing in.
Thank you, Travis.
Travis writes.
Buckle up, Travis. Here it goes.
Here we go. Travis writes, hello, dumb dads. My name is Travis, and I'm a dumb dad.
Hello, Travis.
Hello, Travis. I have been listening to you guys for a while now. I'd say about a year or so. My fellow dumb dad friend Brian got me into the podcast, and I haven't looked back.
Attaboy, Brian.
Shout out to Brian.
Oh, man, I love me some Brian already.
Thanks, Brian. I have a dumb dad moment I would like to share with you guys. To start off, I am normally a more serious parent that takes the rules in the house, while my wife is the much more playful and fun parent between the two of us. It's not that I am not fun. I just enjoy order, which is hard to keep.
It's not that I'm not fun. Okay, don't get me wrong ideas.
Yeah. Which is hard to keep with a 5-year-old. I was able to find some order with my son, though, by getting him interested in Legos. That is a good way to do it. I like to organize my Legos.
That sounds pretty fun to me.
Yeah. We've been working on teaching him to follow the instructions and building Legos with him. He also recently has gotten into Harry Potter.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I got him a Lego Harry Potter castle.
Oh, nice.
He sat down for a whole evening while his mom was at work, and I helped guide him through the entire build. He built all of the castle himself. I was really impressed. He focused.
His fingers were bleeding.
Yeah. That's. I know there's a dumb dad moment coming, but that's really impressive because it's so frustrating watching. No, the piece doesn't. No, the round piece.
Turn it around.
I said the round piece.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what is round about that to you? Sorry. Sorry. You're doing a great job.
He focused on it and got it all built. It was the first build that he had done all by himself, and he was also very proud. After we were all done, he took the castle and put it on his dresser to display in his room. The next day, we had a fun day at home. We have a new kitten, and we were having a good time playing with it all over the house. I had a small ball that the cat was playing with when I hear my son quietly say, "Dad?" So I decided to turn and throw the ball to my son. I thought he would catch it because, oh no, he just had come out of his room, and we were getting crazy. Little did I know that he was bringing the castle out to show me. The ball flew across the room and directly hit the castle that he was holding in his little hands.
Oh, my God.
It dropped to the floor and exploded into its many tiny pieces.
Oh.
Tears began welling up in his little eyes, and my heart dropped. My wife saw the entire situation go down and did her best to hold back a laugh. I hurried over to my son to help him pick up the pieces. Luckily, I had watched him build it and remembered where most of the pieces went. After about a half hour, it was back to its old glory. Hopefully this isn't an incident that my son will remember when he gets older, but I will never forget it.
That seems like it's got to probably be a core memory.
He's attached. He's got the picture. He's got the build. We're obviously not going to show it, but we're going to look at it.
That's incredible.
Sweet boy. Cute.
I was curious to know how big the build was.
It's funny. As I'm hearing the story, you're always looking for the dumb dad moment.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, so this thing's going to get destroyed. Oh, there's a kitten. Okay, so the kitten's going to destroy it.
Uh-huh.
I was going to throw the ball right by the kitten. The kitten's going to knock it over off the... No, that story, that was not where I thought the story was going. I didn't think it was in his tiny little hands. Travis goes on to say, I hope this entertained you, and thanks for helping me remember that parenting can be frustrating for everyone. I enjoy hearing your dumb dad moments and your parenting successes. Thanks again, guys. Fellow dumb dad, Travis. Travis. That's a great one.
We salute you, buddy.
That was great.
That
Good
was
setup. I like that
great.
you're like, I'm the organized dad while just chucking balls around the house. I'm organized.
Okay,
and I hear somebody call my name.
Yeah.
Whip a slider in there.
That's what I'm thinking, too. Like, without even looking, turns around.
A knuckleball.
It explodes Hogwarts all over the floor.
Oh, man.
And thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks
Special
for the
thank you to
shout
Brian.
out, Brian.
Thanks for spreading the dumb word.
Here, you can read this
Brian.
one.
Okay.
We'll switch it. We'll just go back and forth.
Sure.
You
You got me all set up here?
You got them good eyes. That's the one. The one that's up.
You just hit Command plus, Kevin, and make a text bigger. I'm not going to...
Come on, use those cataract killers.
I didn't stretch
that you got.
my eyes, okay? I didn't stretch them first. I could pull something in there. Cornea. You could pull a cornea. You could pull a...
We got 10.
Nah, I know cornea and lens.
Okay.
It's better like iris there. Could be, yeah, it could strain an iris. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
This is from Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hi, I love your content. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you very
Appreciate it. Here's my moment.
All right, here we go.
My daughter wears glasses, and when her school photos came back, the rim of her glasses was centered across her eyes rather than around her eyes. So I decided she would get retakes. Now, being somebody who wore glasses for like 25 years, I know what's happening here.
So what does that mean? The top of the
head's
glasses?
tilted down a little bit too far. So like, yeah, the top rim of the glasses is like straight through your eyes.
Just cutting the eyes right out.
And I tell you who's responsibility of that is the photographer. What are you doing?
Because the school photographers are more focused on shoulders back, turn this way, head this way, forehead this way, chin this way, and smile. Hurts, right? Nobody sits like that. You look ridiculous. Take the picture.
Man, I pulled my iris.
Pulled my iris.
Okay, that week at school, her class got a bunch of points or something. And that's great. This is the exact parenting way to describe it.
I don't know.
They earned a bunch of points or something, and you see why. And they earned a pajama day on Friday.
I don't know. They came home with a
They
handful
exchanged
of candy corn, and it was April. I don't know what's happening.
The motivation is all crazy. I mean, or just say it's pajama day. Whatever. So
I love it.
So all week I kept thinking, Friday is pajama day. Don't forget, Friday's pajama day. Friday pajama day. Mm-hmm. Then on Thursday, we get a reminder that tomorrow was retake day. Oh, come on, man. So I wrote a note for her to give to her teacher, and the photographer explaining the reason for retakes was to make sure her glasses frames were centered around her eyes.
I see what's happening here.
Yes. So I was feeling very organized with Friday being pajama day.
Yeah.
And tomorrow being picture day.
Great.
I drop her at school in her pink pajamas that had a little French girl with an Eiffel Tower on them.
Fun.
Yeah, cute little PJs. Picture day was today. Pajama day was Friday. Pajama day was picture day. So I asked her if she got her photos done in her pajamas. She said yes. And it was retake day, so there was no option to retake. So her first grade photos are of her in pink pajamas, pink Paris pajamas, with her glasses centered around her eyes. Her teacher and her photographer must have thought I was insane for caring about her lenses with the note while sending her for pictures in pajamas. Thankfully, my daughter didn't care, and I love that photo. It reminds me that parents make mistakes, and sometimes they turn into memories. Sam from Canada. Sam, that's money. That's a money dumb parent moment.
That's so good. I love that. I'm, as of this recording of the podcast, I'm working on...
wearing his pajamas.
I'm wearing my pajamas. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm always wearing my pajamas. But as of this recording, I am working on the yearbook of my school, and one of the things we ran into was duplicate.
Having to do the yearbook?
Well, yeah, that's a big problem. That's a real problem.
Big obstacle.
I'm not going to get into it. We'll get on another podcast. But what I will say is, something I've run into is like going over each classroom and going like, all right, do we have every kid? How many kids are in this part? Like get a roster from the office.
Does that that part of it would give me a lot of anxiety.
That part's my favorite part because my wife is kind of designing.
I would just be so afraid to like leave a kid out of the book.
That's what I'm doing. So I have been meticulous about it. So I'm kind of making sure we have all that. We'll get into all of that. Listen to
I'm sure. Yeah. Sorry.
But I have to go through and I find a lot of doubles of kids on the website with the yearbook website. So it's like this 2 photos of the same kid. So it's retakes. And the problem is none of them are dated.
So you don't know which.
I have to just pick. And some of them are no-brainers. But then some of them I'm like, I don't know. What are we going for here?
Over 2.
Did you not get it?
No retakes.
So I've had to make some
Did you feel like
hard
you got
decisions. I've had to make some hard decisions a couple times, and I was like,
yeah,
we're going to get a letter.
Why did I pay? That's a parent's point of view. Why did I pay for you to go back and do it again?
Exactly. But Sam,
to have you pick them.
I do love that, though. I bring that story up because this is for you, Sam, there was like 1 or 2 photos that we were like, oh, man. But I mean that in the nicest way of like you look at it and go, this is kind of great. Like I would be happy to look back if my kid this is just a photo of a kid that just looks insane, and you're just like,
do you think is it like
I
the
look
comedian?
back and go, this is great.
I know. Do you think it's the comedians in us? Like whereas like we're like, what do you want over for picture day for the most part, or we send our son to school. I mean, there was the one day that we completely forgot it was picture day, and we just like didn't even comb his hair, just sent him. We were like, well, I guess that's his picture, and like. The first time he ever went, we're thinking like, I wonder what face he made. I'm sure they say smile and stuff, but like, who knows what your kid's going to do? But that didn't make us nervous. Like, I hope we get such a nice little, I mean, maybe that's gone away because you can take like a 10 trillion photos with your phone, whatever. You can always get a nice picture of your kid.
Yeah.
But like, so that excites me that it's so official. Like, man, I wonder what's coming back because I'm here for it, whatever it is.
I don't know if it's a comedian thing. I mean, I will say like when we got my daughter's, this year's we liked. So I think we got our daughter's kindergarten photo last year. Yeah. We were like, oh, man. Like when it first came. And then we immediately started laughing because it doesn't matter. I've got 10,000 photos of her on my phone. That's what I'm saying, man. So it doesn't matter. So we immediately kind of laugh. But your first thought is like, bummer. Because you're like, you want to see this like perfect photo. And it's not perfect. But then after 5 seconds, you go, but it is.
That's what I mean.
Because you're going to look back and
celebrate
go, this photo's great.
For what it is, yeah.
She's never looked like that and made that face. That's kind of great.
Yeah, that's kind of what's funny to me.
In my 10,000 photos, I don't have one of those cards.
Yeah. Much less 52 4x6s of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's getting sent out there to the grandparents, so.
Sam, thank you for the submission.
It's perfect.
This one here is from Emily. Emily, thanks for writing in.
Thank you so much, Emily.
Hello, I have a dumb mom moment. The latest episode about things going wrong at the park made me remember my situation at the zoo that happened when my son was 2.5 years old.
Oh, okay,
it was just one thing after another. Here we go. Mm-hmm. It was one of those days where the plan was to mostly stay at home and just chill as much as you can with a toddler, as I had worked a few shifts beforehand and I was quite fatigued already. But then by the afternoon, I could tell he was getting quite restless. I didn't feel like going to our neighborhood park, and I suddenly wanted to do something special with him. So I decided last minute to bring him to the zoo an hour before closing. Not a great start. That way we could just go in, look at a couple exhibits, and then have an excuse to leave.
I was going to say, you have a built-in time limit that's not even the parent's fault.
No, that is good. There is nothing better as a parent than being able to blame someone or something else
for the hard out. It's always going to be a hard out for the kids.
Well, we gotta.
Yeah. Look, they're gonna look at him. They're gonna start. He's got the key. Is he getting his keys out?
I mean, I've been short of telling. I haven't done it, but like trying to get my kids to leave the playground. Sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, no, it's against the law to be here after dark. We have to go. Jill says it's a short bus drive for us also. The big bonus to going before closing was that there was absolutely no one there. No lineups, no loud school groups, and the animals seemed quite relaxed. So there's that. Probably the one thing out of that, one good thing out of that.
They all just had dinner. They're just chilling. We got an hour left before the shift's over.
Yep. I soon realized my mistake as my son bolted straight for the dinosaur park, to which I learned that they closed the dinosaur park from September to April for the winter.
Oh, okay.
I think that was my first time I had ever seen my son so incredibly heartbroken.
Oh, no.
Big tears just streaming down his face. Meanwhile, I'm trying to hold him back from running in between the orange pylons to sneak into the park. Get it? I tried to explain it as best I could, but of course, with my 2-year-old, you can only do so much until you have to physically lift them and take them somewhere else.
Yeah.
It honestly felt like those TV show moments where the main character loses the love of their life and the friend is trying to help while they break down. Like the house explodes and they're like, no, you can't go in there.
Yeah. Except for there's not like plenty of other dinosaurs.
It's just a dinosaur exhibit's closed down.
Yeah. There's zero more.
But
there's zero. You know, not even real. Okay. I don't know what your problem is. There's no more of them at all.
After some time and some calming down, we passed by the penguin exhibit, but I had said to him that we would go on our way out. It just seemed to make sense at the time, although I can't remember exactly why.
Yeah.
I have those logic moments as well. However, that was also a dumb parenting moment because, as I also learned that day, the penguin exhibit closes earlier than the zoo closes. So when it came time to leaving and we were on our way out...
They get to clock out early?
They do, yeah. It's a union thing. We were once again met by closed doors.
It takes forever to get the tuxedo off.
Yep. After another very disappointing moment for my son. Man. So it was a trip where I had promised 2 things would for sure be visited. Dinosaurs and penguins. And yet we couldn't visit either of them.
Empty promises.
And then to top all that off, I was so sure that I could do this trip without a stroller or wagon as my son has always been a runner. And I felt like it would just get in the way. Joke's on me, though, because he got super tired halfway through and wanted me to carry him the rest of the way. Mm-hmm. And my son has always been about 90th percentile for weight and height, so he is really heavy. Yeah, my kids as well.
And every age
my kids exactly as well. Yeah. So you can imagine how tired I got by the end of that short trip. Needless to say, the last-minute decision, hour-long trip to the zoo was not the funnest for the both of us. We went home a bit defeated, sad, and incredibly sore and just watched TV for the rest of the day. Thanks for reading my dumb dad moment, Emily.
That's a great dad. That's a great solve. Just let's watch some TV. How about that? Because I need to ice my back from carrying you for so long.
And sometimes that's all it is. Listen, it was a big failure, but... And I say this with love of my children. I love hanging out with my children. I love playing with them. But a lot of it's just running out the clock.
Yeah,
a lot of it's just... And you did that. Was it a good game? No.
But the clock still expired.
No, it was not.
No, yeah.
But you played a full 60.
Yeah, you went on the road. You played a game on the road.
Played 60 to 90.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Played a game on the road. Evening game.
And then you went boom to, review some footage.
Yeah. Got rocked. It happens. It happens. Tomorrow's another game, another day.
Oh, my gosh.
I'll tell you what, you're not going to like this. Yesterday, I did the hour-long trip to the zoo. Did it yesterday.
Closing?
Not closing. Daughter didn't want... At first, my daughter was like, wanted to go somewhere, and then she didn't want to go somewhere. And I was like, okay, well, we'll go outside. We played outside for a little bit. And then she's like, actually, I want to go to the zoo. And I was like, okay.
Wow. Yeah, you don't get that request
Well,
much.
we don't have a ton of time before we got to go get brother. So I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go to the zoo. Go to the zoo for like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
We need to be here and back in 90 minutes.
Oh, I don't live that close.
That is where obviously the membership is nice to have because it doesn't matter, sure. Mm-hmm. You know what? Whatever. Your little kid of mine doesn't understand this kind of stuff. Let's go to the zoo. So we went to the zoo. First 2 things, checked out some meerkats, checked out the flamingos, walked down, looked at the gorillas, rode the carousel twice.
Love it.
Got out of there.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. And I was like, I told her, I was like, we're probably going to ride it once. She's like, okay, we'll ride it once. But we all, she picked, wanted to sit on a horsey. Got her up on the horsey. I sat right next to her. My thing's going up and down. Hers is not going up and down. One of those just stationary ones.
Yeah.
And she was smiling and everything, having a good time. We were going around the carousel. And then in the end, she's like, I wish I could have had an animal that went up and down. And I was like, well, you know what? Let's go again. So we got in line and like, one more time, please. And he was like, that's what I like to hear. It's like a second $3 credit card transaction.
I know you do. I know that's what you like to hear. This is no membership discount for the carousel.
Yeah. I didn't mind it. She had a great time.
Great.
Killed an hour at the zoo. Got out of there. Next dumb parenting moment. Submitted by Leslie.
Leslie, thank you for submitting.
Leslie writes, oh my gosh, I love you guys.
Okay.
All one word. Appreciate that.
Love it.
Thank you, Leslie. My kids are now 22, 20, and 18. So they all survived my parenting mistakes. No matter what time they went to bed, they all woke up with the sun every day. Do you know what it's like to wake up at 5 a.m. for no good reason every single day of your life? I had to manage this. They were allowed to use the bathroom, play quietly in their rooms, and together until 7:30, and then they were free to be boisterous children.
Yay.
That's hard enough to teach your kids to do that.
Yeah.
It would be crazy for them waking up that early, but to teach them, like, that's fine. You can't leave the room until 7:30. Several nights a week, their dad was working until after midnight, and I had to get them in the habit of being quiet in the mornings. I see also because then 5 o'clock wake up after dad gets home at 1 o'clock. Whenever.
Don't wake daddy used to be a board game.
This, however, was not a morning he was sleeping. He was already at work. At 7:15 a.m., my oldest comes in and says, I know it's not 7:30 yet, but the girls have a Sharpie. Sound the alarm.
You come in at any time when that's the scenario.
Yeah. Sharpie is a non sequitur. It's just bang on the door. I bolt out of bed because something in his voice told me he saw some something in his voice told me some shit was going down. I take 6 huge steps to the girls' room, and they have pulled every book off the shelf, every article of clothing out of the drawers, the sheets off the bed, the pillows are bare. Every single thing has black Sharpie scribbles, even the wooden furniture, walls, and mattress.
Oh my gosh.
They got to work. They must have hidden the Sharpie the night before and planned this shit, right? How early did they start? She asks. Probably, it sounds like 5:30.
This is a revolution.
I'm at a loss for words. The youngest, at 2 years old, is holding the marker. The 4-year-old is hanging out, seemingly just observing. I snatched the 2-year-old up and put her in the corner. I sat on the couch, literally panting. I was so aggravated. She stood in the corner at 2 years old for 45 minutes before I realized my daughter's bare back says, Olivia, surely your sister did not write your name on her back. I can't believe that rascal let her baby sister take the entire punishment for her. I mean, I can't, honestly. If you're thinking like, well, this is going very well. She's not saying anything.
Yeah, well, you did a Banksy on the back of it.
And to make it worse, I said, wait a second. She got a spanking last week for coloring with orange crayon down the hallway. Oh. Was that her or you? She just smiled. If I could do it again, I would manage my household without spankings and definitely would change other things. But I survived with spankings, and we all do our best. Different days. Oh, man. But wait, there's more.
Okay.
There's more Sharpies?
Okay.
Fast forward a few years. They're in 9th, 6th, and 4th grade. My son, the oldest, is kind and gentle, but a little sheltered. At church, we go to the youth-led service. Way better music.
Slaps.
And we sit close to the front to keep them focused. We sat near the choir for years, and at that service, it was always one dad with all of us kids playing the instruments and singing. The oldest son played the organ. A strong, fit kid, but he had developed glutes. One day, leaving, Olivia asked my mom, does that boy have a big butt? And before I could even give any kind of an answer, my son in 9th grade says, it's called Kegels, Liv.
Oh.
What is happening?
What is going on?
I did that slow turn in my head and looked at him and quietly said, "You should look that up." Didn't say
I'm not going to
didn't
help
say
you
a
with it.
word except just look that up. Let him visit a Mayo Clinic or WebMD page on Kegels by himself. Kiss hugs, Leslie.
Leslie, don't encourage your kid to Google anything.
That it has anything.
Certainly not Kegels. Don't. That's a hidden dumb
That's a
parent
hidden
moment.
dumb parenting moment right there.
Because he was on the internet for a while. He was on there. That's a rabbit hole. He was clicking a lot of things.
Oh my goodness.
Good gracious. Thank you, Leslie, for that submission.
Thank you, Leslie.
That Sharpie thing's got me.
Oh man.
I mean, that's a bummer because you've got to reconsider everything you didn't
You've ever
see
done.
your kids do
Yeah, I know.
that you blame someone for, including it was Olivia. Even some of the stuff that you were like, she did this. Maybe she didn't. Maybe it's all a mess.
I think at that point you just got to clean slate it.
Yeah, you can't because there's Sharpie everywhere.
Boom roasted. You know, you throw fast fouls down the middle. This guy's a home run hitter over here, folks.
That's
So good. You just
the
live-
Sharpie story makes me warm. Like it's
Yeah.
certain things you just go like, I can't.
Mhm.
Because I have, and I still kind of do. We've given my daughter some pretty nice markers, which are basically Sharpies. But for a while, she was using Sharpies a lot. She just liked to use them, and we were just kind of. It was just like
My son as well. Like, what? Why are you Sharpies?
every time I see them with it, I just get warm and like
little bit.
uncomfortable, and I'm like, you know that thing where like it's like when you put your keys down and you go. As you're walking away, go, shouldn't leave those there. And then like an hour later, you're like, where are my keys? That's what
We need
it's
to
like.
have left 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. That's what it's like to have your kid have a Sharpie in their hand and you just to go say something dumb like, you're going to be careful with that, right?
Yeah, because also they don't know what careful is.
As if they're going to go, oh, sorry, I didn't turn that switch on. Yep, I'm good now.
Yes, of course. I've got
Now
a folder underneath
Yeah.
this, and I'm recapping every time I'm done with a color.
Yes, exactly.
Responsibly.
Caps will all go on.
But thank you for the gentle reminder, Father.
Thank you. I love you so much. I've done tomorrow's homework already. How is that possible?
Yeah. Does it look like the numbers? I put Ken Griffey Jr. on the back of my. It says Griffey and 20. Can you see that? Does it look cool? Does it look like an actual shirt? Because I colored the whole thing in.
My gosh. Thank you for that submission. That's a top contender.
Mm-hmm.
It's a top contender.
Imagine the emails Sharpie gets from parents.
And she said her kids are like in the 20s, right? The 20, 22,
Yeah,
22
20,
20,
yeah,
and 18.
Yeah, these are old school vibes.
What's crazy is like you don't know like, not that I would maybe work on wood, but you know there's like the hack of, if anybody doesn't know this, like on walls and certain surfaces that there's Sharpie on it, cover it up with dry erase marker. The whole thing, just color over. It's already colored. Color over where the Sharpie is, and then you just wipe it off. It comes off clean, like all of it.
Works pretty well.
You didn't know that.
Test
Whatever it was
on
15
something.
years ago.
No.
When this all went down.
No, she would have needed to go buy like a bunch of packs of those.
Yeah. All right. We're going to move on now to our last submission from PJ.
All right, PJ.
PJ, thanks for writing in.
Thank you.
It says, Dear Dummies, I was listening to the Project Beige episode in my Honda Odyssey and mercilessly mocking Evan for losing a water bottle on a flight. What a rank amateur, I cackled. I angered the gods of dumb dads, and here is my tale. I want to know if the detail about a Honda Odyssey is going to come back.
I don't know, but I do love the specifics. I know exactly where he is now.
Not a sponsor, but here we go. 2 weeks after, I marveled at your inability to manage a water bottle. Wow.
Lay it on thick, PJ.
I was responsible to get both my 6-month-old and 5-year-old to and from a Sunday afternoon roller skating birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
We are in southeastern New England, and we've been having shoulder season weather here. I am from the Northeast. I've never heard that before.
Shoulder season.
Yeah.
That must mean nice weather.
You can show your shoulders?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, bring him out.
For those, it says it right here. For those unfamiliar, it's basically cold in the morning, warmer in the middle of the day, then
Okay.
cold again in the evenings. This is where hoodie sweatshirts are a good choice for me and the little guy. Dressing in layers is always smart, right?
Oh yeah, keep going. I'm really excited about the confidence here, displayed by BJ.
I'm not sure if roller rinks are common out where you are, but they haven't changed a bit back east.
I think there's something in roller rinks. They signed something that says, we'll build this in 1978, and then we won't touch it for 100 years.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to do anything different to it.
Even the light bulbs, they don't have it. They don't have.
They're out. They're out.
They don't have LEDs. They're all incandescent. If they don't hum, I don't want them.
Gotta turn the music up. I can't hear it over the bulbs.
There were 11. Yes, I counted birthday parties going, and a whole lot of tweens just rolling their day away. It's also too early in the year to turn on the HVAC out here, so the place was hot, muggy, and smelled like a gym bag.
Smells like a roller rink. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be right now.
Yep. Obviously, you've guessed by now that we got hot, took our hoodies off, and continued to party like it's 1984. That's the last time I was at this same rink. Yes, seriously. And it hasn't changed. As we got ready to leave, I was triumphant. The baby didn't cry the whole time and even allowed himself to be held by several strangers, a rarity. The 5-year-old had a blast and was perfectly behaved the entire time. I even met another dad that has the same hobbies as me, allowing us to avoid weather talk.
That's a good skill to have.
You got the sweatshirt as smart as shoulder weather.
Oh, yeah, it is shoulder weather. It's
nice outside, shoulder weather. Yeah. All right, I'll see you later. Or when they do the thing where, my kid, I get, all right. They don't finish the sentence. Oh, geez, my kid.
Roller rink. Yeah.
All right. No, yeah, good.
Yeah, couple skate. Okay.
Yeah, no, good talk. Just cut off all your sentences. We were almost home when my 5-year-old blurted out, "Daddy, we forgot my sweatshirt." I tried to play it cool. "It's okay, bud. I'll swing by tomorrow and pick it up." "But Daddy, what if somebody takes it?" This wasn't going well. Then my wife called. The Odyssey's callback. Peerless car audio allowed her unfettered access to the conversation. She told him not to worry, that she would call the roller rink and have them look for it. Issue settled. Well, she called back and I, like a dummy, picked up. She proceeded to tell us in 500 watts of crystal clear Bluetooth audio that the roller rink did not in fact have his hoodie sweatshirt. There was no sign of it at the lost and found. How incredibly helpful. By now, the sweatshirt had taken on the mythical status of my favorite one. Tears flowed, and I immediately thought back to the water bottle loss I so callously mocked. The rest of the evening was a muted affair. I was hoping he would move on after a snack in some Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. Nope. He was stuck. He alternated between impassioned soliloquies about the attributes of the sweatshirt and its possible whereabouts. The next day, he overslept, which was rare for him. I went to wake him up and said, "Hey, buddy, did you have any nice dreams?" "Yeah. What'd you dream about?" "I dreamt I got my sweatshirt back."
Yes.
Yes.
What a line.
Yes, he seriously said that. Mercifully later that afternoon, the birthday girl's mom dropped off the chosen sweatshirt. All capitals.
Whoa.
And all is right with the
Whoa.
world. It's been 5 weeks since, and he hasn't worn it once.
Yep, I knew that.
Yep. Yours truly, dumb Rhode Island dad. Thank you,
I could
PJ.
just sit here and mock you mercilessly if I felt like it, because
You can't.
No. But I'll take the high road and just say, that's what it's like.
I could mock him too, but I can see the unfinished bathroom that you're sitting in front of.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want to set yourself up to forget a backpack somewhere next week.
Mm-hmm. That's true too. Don't anger the dumb dad gods.
You just purse those looks at dumb dad gods.
You just say,
they will find you.
You just say, "I understand, and I hope things work out for you."
Thank you to everybody who sent in your submissions. Those were breathtaking.
They're so fun. They're so fun to read. We were doing it once in a while on the podcast, which we might, I don't know, we'll see. But we're definitely going to keep doing mailbags because you guys have just been sending them in, and it's been so great reading them. It's so fun to read.
It's so great. It's so fun to read. Everybody else doing this. Now I know why you like it when we do it, because it certainly makes me feel better about all the stuff that we've talked about doing
100%.
stupid. So thank you again to everybody who sent them in. And where, you know what? If you want to send them in, Kevin, where do they send them? Just give them
You can email us at
drop the info.
dumbdadpod@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram. We're at the Dumb Dads on Instagram. Give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, where you can watch full episodes of this podcast, including this mailbag. We are at the Dumb Dads on all platforms. But please write in. Continue to write in. It's so fun reading these, and please share this with your buddies, other parents who could really use a couple good laughs this episode and other episodes, and rate and review this podcast on Apple Podcasts. It really helps us. And thank you so much for the submissions. Keep them coming.
Keep them coming, everybody. And we will keep doing episodes about them, because parenting is impossible sometimes.
Remember, everyone, the dumb is silent.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Welcome to the world, little one. Welcome to life.
How do I stop this?